Hello, hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Ran away, did you? All right, come on, phone. What is wrong? Let's try this again. What the hell? Hey, Fred. Freddie. Freddie! Stop. All right, what the hell? Why ain't our phone working? That's weird. What is wrong with this phone? Can I do it? No, probably not. Why won't it pick up? This is weird. Hello, hello. There we go. Trying to get the live to work on my other phone. What's up, Mick? What's going on, Mixter? Yeah, first time I've been live in a couple weeks. Get some updates going. See what's going on today with everybody. All right, I'm set. Got my chat set up. On all chat. Camera set. These are the newer knives I've gotten in the last 2 weeks. Go over them today a little bit. Got some on the way. This is actually turning out a lot better than I thought it would. As far as this whole knife deal. Well, good for Wayne. Good for Wayne. All right, well, there's 2 of us now. Probably me and, because I'm one of them on my other phone. Yeah, it'll probably take a few minutes for the others to come on in, the whole other 7 people. They usually show up on a Monday. I know you're here, Mick. I know. Kind of hoping I wasn't talking to myself. For mental reasons. Oh, shit. Oh, it's actually been, as far as any geopolitical news, it's just been a weird one. Yeah, this whole Middle East thing, I don't know. I'm baffled. Seriously. Totally 100% baffled. I mean, at first we went in there all gung-ho. We're taking over the place. We're giving it back to the people, blah, 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 blah. And then we took out their whole leadership system. And then the next leadership system decided they wanted to play a little bit. So we shot at them for a while. And then got rid of a few of them to at least get to the table. Then we got to the table. Oh, deal of the century, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, we're fighting each other again and again and again and again. And Jesus, just do it and get it the fuck over with. God. I've never in my life seen such bullshit in military planning. After the first session, I'd have just said, hey, here's what it is. Here's what we want. We want, no nukes. You ain't charging people to go through the strait. Y'all need to calm the fuck down and quit killing your people. And it's over. No. They want billions and billions of dollars. Hell, we even agreed to giving them millions of dollars under a different program, of course. It's actually for reparations for what we've already done to them, that they wanted to start with. But it's actually called something else now, so it doesn't seem like we're paying them for what we did. But yeah, that didn't happen either, though, because they went right back to bombing ships in the strait. So yeah, I don't know. Just get it over with. Barbie, Wyoming. What's going on, girls? Henry G, what's up, my brother? So yeah, I don't know. It's taken up too much time. A lot of us that prayed that this man was going to come in and clean America up hasn't happened. I'm not really talking about throwing everybody in jail. Just clean this goddamn place up. Quit the fraud. Get the money to the people that need the money, and get the prices down to where they're supposed to be. That's what was supposed to happen. Not dicking around in some Middle East country, wasting your last couple years you'll ever be in government again. That's if they don't shoot you first. So, need to get that shit done. Just go over there, spank them up, find somebody in their country that's from the old days before they went communist, batshit crazy, and give them the damn reins. Tell them, look, treat your people with respect. Do trade legally and everything, blah, 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 or we'll be back. End of story. Or we could do like the old days, just every place we take over, we just keep. That'll straighten them everybody out. Just start keeping it. Everybody shut the hell up. And that's the damn problem, really. Since World War II, we've given everything back. Even though they start the war, but we give everything back. And Japan was literally going to take every one of us out. Literally. So, ever since we started doing this, we'll give it back shit. Oh, okay, that's fine. Let them blow up all our old shit. They'll give us money. We'll have new shit. Plus all the crazy people will be dead. It gives them kind of an incentive to do stupid shit.
Sheila's having problems. She had a big chunk of tar in her tire.
Mm-hmm.
They keep saying her tire's low, but she can't get it off. She had to put a post up. I just asked her. She said nope, she couldn't get it out. She don't know how to get it out of the tire.
It's probably a plug and not a piece of tar.
It's a piece of tar. She got pictures to the ground where it was.
Oh, okay.
She got it out of the parking lot. It won't come off.
A plug will look like a big piece of rubber tar once it gets.
This is big and it's on the side of her car.
The only thing I know that heat. You got to put a hairdryer to it and see if you can peel it up that way, or use some acetone.
It's tough tar, she said.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Give that a try, maybe, Sheila.
Yeah, put a hot air gun to it. See if you can peel it back that way. It's like patching.
Yeah, okay. Really heat it up.
Yeah, it's probably what they put in the roads there for crack sealing, and it comes up on your tire. Yeah,
crack sealing. It was.
Yeah, heat gun might take it off.
Yeah.
It's about the only thing I can think of. I know when you get tar off a fender, Like up north, back when they used to tar roads and
she said
shit
it's
like that in the summer.
It's like patching. She said thank you.
We'd have to take acetone or something like that, and a Q-tip and every little dot.
We could find a peanut butter down it.
But yeah, this Middle East thing needs to be over. Moving on to Russia, which is the hot spot at the moment. Don't take the retreat from Ukraine as a defeat for Russia, because that's what's happening right now. Russia's pulling out of the Odessa area, the place they fought for back in 2014. They said they weren't them, but it actually was them, and they took over that little peninsula thing there. Well, they're all leaving, and there's a reason they're leaving. It's because they're going to regroup and attack NATO. And this nuclear weapon thing that they've been talking about lately, you know, we talked about this on one of my lives about 2 months ago. Putin signed into law that he doesn't need the people or the government's okay to use nukes. They're all in his hands. So once that was forced down everybody's throats and made law, he can now at any time, provoked or unprovoked, use a nuke. And the way Ukraine has been spanking him repeatedly every day for now the last few weeks and attacking downtown Russia itself, it would not surprise me. You know, he's already sent 3 warnings over with 3 long-range missiles that had the warheads, but they weren't explosive. The only thing it hit was the kinetic energy of each one. That was also traveling faster than like 7,000 miles an hour or some crap. But anyway, it would not surprise me one bit if we just wake up one morning or in the middle of the night, depending on how it goes, that they have put a tactical nuke somewhere in Ukraine to send a message, because that might be why he's also getting his people out of where they're at. Now, everybody's calling it a retreat right now. Ralph, you have researched this. No, not yet. I'm sorry, Mick. My bad. And you're right. I should have. I will. Here, I'm going to write it down, because I thought I did last time. And you know how shit gets. You get done doing it live, and then you get talking about food, and next thing you know, you forgot everything you were supposed to do. All right. Shanghai Agreement, huh? Just the name alone sounds it's already not going to be good. AI. All right. But yeah, and the problem with it now is too, NATO has even come out and said, you know, Belarus is gearing up to get into this too. I guess they're tired of coming through the south and the east to try to get Ukraine. They want to try the north now as well. And Belarus is going to be provoking NATO, the little NATO states up there, and getting shit going too. So NATO's already come out and said if they use a nuke, it already opens up for us to retaliate, for NATO to retaliate. I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen. As of right now, Putin's people are hunting him down as well. There's already been a few attempts on Putin's life. He's actually hiding out in one of his bunker things. He does make appearances. He does do his news things and stuff, but he's literally saying everything himself that has been reported on any of the good intel sources. So it's not bullshit. And he just lost his right-hand man to mysterious circumstances. Now, I have a feeling this guy was against the nuke part, is why he come up missing. But when your right-hand man through the KGB and all through this mess has come up missing, and you don't give 2 shits about it, something's up. But Russia may be the downfall of getting any peace going. anytime soon anyway. So that's pretty much that. Was set up way back in the early 2000s at targets. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know of this. I'm just not putting the name to it. It's a lot of information out there that I go through every week that I totally dead brain on half of it. There's a lot of shit I always want to talk about. And of course, I don't write it down. I think I'm still going to remember it when it comes time to do it. And of course, it doesn't work out that way. So, with that said, just keep your eyes on the Russia thing. The Middle East thing's a freaking joke. That's the way I'm taking it anymore. So that's pretty much it on the geopolitics that I can think of, other than China's still gearing up for taking Taiwan. They've even made a couple more test runs. I don't know. That whole Taiwan thing is a political mess because if you know the history of China, the people that moved to Taiwan were the actual rulers of China. And they were, as the war went on, the communists trying to take over China, they were pushed onto that island. That's where they went for refuge. And from there, their followers followed them there, and that's how Taiwan became Taiwan. So it's like it never was its own country. It was a province of China before the revolution, and they want it back. In historical legalities, I would say the land parts, theirs probably anyway. The leadership is in question because the actual true leaders of China, their descendants are on that island. So, and that's another thing. It's a thorn in their side because they, communists are. You're rid of everybody. Anybody that opposed you has to go. So that's pretty much the whole thing with Taiwan. And our problem is a lot of our politicians have interest there through business, as we all seen with Nancy Pelosi's $1 billion gift to a company, and it automatically raised their stocks so they can upgrade their facility. And it like jumped their stocks up 3 times, and her husband alone owned like 2/3 of the stock in the company. So, talk about just bringing the money back through the back door. I mean, I can't believe they get away with that shit. It just blows my mind. And they do it right out in the open because they know they're never going to go to jail. There's like 10 statutes written on why you can't do that, and they do it anyway. So until we have at least somewhat fair politicians and honest, honorable, this country ain't going nowhere. Okay, copy that. Let me take a picture of that real quick. Where am I? There it is. That way I got the link too. All right, let's talk about a few things we got up here on the table. Let's just start in the back row. This one came in. This is the one Barbie one. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this. Too many phones in the way. This old Benchmade bug out. Now, when it came out of the box, some of you have already heard me talk about it. It was a wreck. It's still not completely lined up. I mean, it's close. That's actually pretty good for a bug out. It's a little twisted in the handle up here. I went through it already. It was really bad when I first got it. It was all the way up against the wall. And it had the worst crossbar lock stick that I've ever seen on a knife, especially come out of a box. But after a few days of this and tweaking this and oiling that and getting all that ready, should come out to be a pretty good knife. Probably the best one I've had come through here as far as action goes. Yeah, it's real smooth now. Really smooth. Just if you look down at the right way, if I can get it at the right angle, you can see at the top how it kind of goes to the right. So, yeah, it's just, they're molded. So they're prone to warpage, stuff like that. And that's what happens when you make a plastic handle. I mean, call it whatever composite you want. It's still a type of plastic. Sounds like plastic, tastes like plastic, look like plastic. Well, it must be plastic. Just don't buy a Heretic. Oh my God. Them handles, holy shit. At least Benchmade has the decency to put metal here for a liner underneath these scales. Heretic has none. It's just one big piece of plastic. What a mess that knife was, that Heretic mini pry. That thing lasted 3 days here. In, video, out. That was it. Bye, see ya. And that's a $200 knife. Shanghai Agreement was set up back there in 2000. Here's the thing. When you read that, take note who the partners are. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, I know. You gotta love it. And then we got the two bad boys, the C-dubs. This one ain't numbered. This is one I think they just put together in the house, did some laser work on it. I like the way they feel. Now, when you talk about a tactical folder, this is as close as you're ever going to come to a tactical folder so far that I've had in my hands. Now, there's a couple, but, and then this one. They're still running these for $95 on their Whatnot site as a blem. This one is numbered Mission 01, Blade 92 250, tan. But yeah, I like them. And they're not heavy. You would think they'd weigh half pound, something like that. I think they're running right around 7, 6 something. Yeah, I like them. Clint, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you. And then, of course, the little TKO2 that Miranda Keith also bought for me and Barbie. She got the 04 or 5, and I got the 02. They were blems. She made the handles herself. So obviously she has the original scales off of hers and then used them as a template to make these. And they are grippy. All that little like sandpapery looking stuff you see right there. Yeah, that's just like skateboard tape. And yeah, I got several sets of scales. I like the gummy bear ones too, though. Probably use them in the fall and the winter, the gummy bear ones. Yeah, they look, this thing, man. The way it fits in the hand, and even if you had a larger hand, because I got room to spread. So, like I said, I got a medium hand. I need to get one of their ops strikers, the Tano version. I want one of those, and then I want the Desert Ops. Big long times at 10-2. And then I'm done with decal. And we'll move on to the other one that just came in a week ago, week and a half. The Benchmade Striker Auto. This was up for sale when we did helping Loki out for his medical bills. And Miranda Keith bought it. And then as I was walking to the store and she was talking to Barbie, she decided to pick this up for me for Father's Day. And it's been a long time since I've had a tear in my eye, but this one definitely brought one. For the year, it is the handle and the mechanism itself are like brand new. the blade, as you can see, has been used. Not sharpened a lot because it still protrudes past the hey Gary, what's up? The serration. You know how the blade always drops farther down. So as you can see there, it's not even with it yet. Kind of an interesting grind. It's kind of a flat, then step into a hollow kind of thing. Really pointy. The steel is Japanese 154. There's the steel in the maker. NTS-34, which is Japanese 154 stainless. Really tight. Blade doesn't move. Nothing. Really tight knife. This is probably, now they started using actual CPM 154, 2000 above. So that knife is a 97, 98, or 99. That's all I could find out about that one. And it is super light. For being aluminum, I figured it'd be a little heavy. And I really like the way they kept the case, the housing, real so tight. It almost looks like it's one piece. Love the patina on the clip. Got the old style on there, just says Benchmade USA. Along with the butterfly is the old butterfly. According to what I read, it's the butterfly they used on their Valley songs. Until they went to the newer model in the 154, and anything on the 154 CM and up has the newer Benchmade logo on it. KRL saying what up, what up? And this one. Now, this has been out for a while, as you all know, the Remet Rhino. Well, I finally got one of these. And this is an immaculate piece of machinery. Top liner lock or bottom liner lock. Excellent spidey flicking. Top flicking. The only thing it doesn't have is a back flipper, which is fine with me. I can do with or without. I mainly use my knives down here anyway to open them, whether it be on the fuller like I'm doing now or on the thumb stud. Yeah, the only complaint I have is the jimping. And even though it has the ramp at the end, I mean, it'll stop a little, but it's not staying. I could, especially right through here, maybe a little taller because it interferes once again with the framing of the knife. Backspacer with lanyard pin. Lefty love. So it's got just about everything but a back flipper. The handle could be a little longer or eliminate that hump. Because when you're holding it, especially where they have the finger hole in there and your thumb fits right on there, fine, okay, I got you. But it's short for me. And I'm getting a hot spot right here at the corner because of where it's lying. Now, if it was another ½ inch longer, then that clip would be laying where it should be and not where it is. So yeah, I've made it a little, maybe make an XL next time they come around with this knife. Add an inch. Yep, Gary's working the junkyard. You can get all scrap steel you want. Of course, a lot of it's junk, but there's a lot that comes through there, that, especially big sawmill blades. You ever find any big sawmill blades, Gary? You need to snag them up. They're all made out of high carbon steel. Even the concrete blades that they use in highways to cut concrete up, them big, they're like 30, 40 inches tall. You snag them bastards up, cut your knives out, whatever you want. throw them in a fire, let it sit overnight. That way it'll normalize it. That way you can work it easier, drill holes in it easier, get your shapes and your bevels easier. And then do the same thing. Throw it back in the fire. Wait till it gets cherry orangish color. Hit it with a magnet. If it ain't magnetized, pull it, dunk it. Make some nice little knives, man. You get a hardness around 58, 60 by doing it that way. And for a fixed blade, that ain't bad. So what do we always run with? 58 to 60. I highly suggest 1931 Leatherworks for amazing slips. Yes. Yeah, Terry does some good work. I've seen a lot of his product floating around through other knife companies that he's collabed with, stuff like that. I'm really digging the little wallet knife / knife slips. Yeah. Sensational work. I'm getting sound somewhere. I gotta figure out where that's coming from. It ain't this one. All right. You can use you can use mower blades, but they don't harden as good unless you get the high dollar ones. Mower blades are made to bend, not break. Which means they can over temper the good steel, which is no problem. If you over temper it, then it will bend. But watch out for some of your junky like Walmart, stuff you get from China. I mean, they make good machetes, shit like that. If you're going to go that route, yeah. You can use pretty much any blade you want, but try to figure out what blades you have, because some of them are really made out of soft steel. Kind of like a railroad spike thing. Railroad spikes do have a little carbon in them, but not enough to make a razor sharp knife. You can put a bit in it and do it that way, so you have a harder edge, or you can do what Andy Elms does. And if anybody doesn't know who Andy Elms is, I suggest you look his YouTube channel up. He's been around a long time. I mean, since I've been starting on YouTube, and that's 2007. Yeah, Andy's been around a long time. He was the guy that brought production to the railroad spike knife community. But he orders his from a company that makes every kind of steel you can think of into a railroad spike. So you can have Damascus, you can have Magna Cut, whatever, if you want to pay the price for a railroad spike. So that's what he does. He used to do the bit thing until he found a company that did that. But none of his knives are just a random railroad spike you'd find underground by a railroad track. Toro blades, yeah. Yeah, there are good ones out there. There really is. I made several Bowie style knives, machete type shit when I first started forging shit, because that's kind of the first thing to do is a railroad spike mower blade thing, just to get used to using metals and testing out your setup to where how you're heating, treating, all that good stuff, how it's turning out. It's a good way to practice, so you can tweak your temperatures and way you're doing things. I've always been a cheap shithead, so I go the cheapest route when it comes to stuff. I don't do forges. I just build a fire, put either a hair dryer or a leaf blower. I got an electric leaf blower, works real well too. And heat the shit out of the metal that way. And once it gets past magnetic, it can't get any more. It just burns after that. So once you pass magnetic, get it dunked quick. Get it out. I use cooking oil on all my dunks. So I used to work at a golf course. But you got a lot of free golf balls. Mr. Letterman, what's happening with you, sir? I'm just sitting here babbling away on a Monday afternoon, since I haven't been live for like 2 or 3 weeks now. Been a while. Been busy around here. Things are getting crazy. Summer's coming. It's going to be in the hundreds this weekend here in the South. So I'm not quite sure what the planning's going to be, whether we're doing indoors or outdoors. I've got medical orders stating I am not supposed to go outside at all, period. Anything over 90 degrees and high humidity. So, but that I never listened to anybody anyway. So that's not really a factor. So yeah, back to this, camel, rhino. I'm liking it. It is a snappy, fidgety, in my color, little piece of machinery. I'm not sure what this one is though. This came from a knife store. They sell on Whatnot. It has no markings on the blade whatsoever. None. I don't know. Is it D2? I don't know. I don't know. It could be 440C for all I know. The only thing that says Remet is the cap right there. So, I mean, I know it's real. They do thousands of dollars a day in sales. They're actually one of the, probably in the top 5 biggest sellers on Whatnot. Besides Blade City, I think is number 1. And then you got a bunch of knife companies are getting in on this Whatnot, guys, and they're giving their products away. Now, it's kind of a deal on Whatnot. You got to sign up, kind of like you're signing up for a porno site. You got to show ID and everything. But that's to keep everything safe. And, you know, I was a little leery at first. When I signed up, I didn't do the ID thing right away. They will let you do giveaways, but they will not let you bid until you ID up. So I went full hog, ID'd up, and I started buying shit. You know, like I said, they had a clearance on, what's some knives I like? American made, these guys. Bear and Son. Yeah, I mean, these things are $50 on their website, and they had a clearance on them for $7 a piece. So, nice little fifth pocket, built the same way pretty much a bug out is, just with a lot more jimping. Little fifth pocket knife. They also have a larger model, same identical, which I do have laying over there. I have the pair. Also, guys, I got hit up this morning. Well, sorry about that. This afternoon by Lou, 10 Techs. He's got a few of these babies left. Let me grab mine. And you know I've been pushing this knife since last year at Blade Show. But he's got a few of these left in different configurations, different prices, and different colors. Now, if you want a perfectly out of the box, brand new one, inspected, everything's what it's supposed to be. I think he's running them around 150, 60. He's got some blems. He's got the blue and silver. He's got the black and silver, the blue and blacks. The jimping's gone on. Mainly is what the blems are with him. His jimping's not stout right here. And he's selling them cheaper, like a lot cheaper. I'm not going to say any prices because they're cheap. But yeah, if you're really thinking about getting one of these, I'll tell you what this is. This is a gentleman's fidgety flipper knife. This thing, I've probably flipped this more than any knife I own, just because of the action on it. It's just so smooth, and I hope everyone is like this one. I really do. But this is something you go out, out on the town or something. It's sleek. It's got excellent milling lines. Like one of the things I always liked about it was the way it does look like a wing to start with, especially if you've ever hunted birds. and how the line just swoops and follows this, and tracks and all that good shit. And, he's got a little thing going on with the clip, with matching the fiber up with that. And you got hollow grind. He's got some flat grind ones too, for those of you who like flat grind. But yeah, he's got a few left. I'm surprised he's even got a few of these left, to be honest with you. Yeah. If anybody's interested, Luke's got some up for sale. I paid $140 for that one, that blade show. I had to track his butt down for that one. We talked plenty of times before we got to Blade Show, and then, of course, once we got to Blade Show, I was lost. I didn't know big room from little room and where the pit was, which is actually part of the Blade Show. You just go through a different hallway. We took the scenic route, though. But yeah, you ever get a chance to go to Blade Show, do it. Definitely do it, but you're going to need $2,500 minimum. That will include your hotel, your food, and then a couple knives and a few drinks. And drinks are highly expensive. But if you are a drinker, even a social drinker, you can bring your own shit in. So you really don't have to pay the price. Matter of fact, there are plenty of people sitting there with coolers and everything else in the big ass lobby, which is actually the pit. It's basically the lobby of the hotel, but it's huge. I mean, probably 100 feet by, probably 100 by 100 square, because it's basically an internal deal to where the square inside the hotel, you look up and you can see inside and all the rooms as they go up. And every room you come out, there's a balcony that looks down onto the pit. So, and then you got 2 golden elevators that go outside. Well, it's inside the building, but they're on the outside of the wall, and they go up and down in the pit itself. Pretty crazy place. Definitely a outdoorsman's good time. And you meet a lot of different people there too, not just night people. You got outdoor people there, and people that just come for the festivity of it. I mean, that's another thing too. If you didn't want to go to say you didn't want to buy a knife, or you had plenty, but you wanted to go get into the business side of it, you don't have to go to the Blade Show. Just go to the pit, because that's where all the deals, and that's when people actually have time to talk to you and set up deals. So, I mean, we walked around that place too. Hey, Dan Stan, what's up, brother? We walked around that place for a day and a half, not really getting anything done. I mean, nobody was really at the time. Would you mind? Thank you. Why don't you go chew on another chicken bone? Nobody really has the time to talk in the show, because there's so many people trying to get in, buy a knife, look at a knife, So when everything closes down, everybody's relaxing, having a beer, whatever they do. The outside is what cracks me up. I just couldn't imagine being somebody, say, from like Europe, traveling to Atlanta for business or something, and that's their hotel for the weekend. And they pull up in their little chauffeur-driven car or van or bus, whatever, drops them off from the airport, and here's like 400 people standing around the carport, literally with portable bars and pickup trucks with the tailgates down with bars, shit spread all over that, and just everybody partying and having a good time before you even get into the hotel. That's crazy. The outside party is just as good as the inside party. It's crazy how I let them do that. Usually they wouldn't let nobody do that, but I guess there's just so many of us, they really couldn't really say nothing about it, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of people outside as there is inside. It would be so. Yeah, Dan, we're going next year. So if anybody wants to go for their first year and hook up, we can be your little tour guide. It's big. It's interesting setup, the way it's spread out. Hotels, the only thing I can tell you now is book now because they're high as hell, man. I know now ours we booked ahead, not as far as ahead as I'd liked, but Brian hooked us up with the booking and to the hotel he was at. Now it was probably a good 20-minute drive, 30-minute drive from the hotel to the facility, being traffic one, shit like that. Um, I would try to find something a little closer, or even in that particular hotel itself. But there is a trick to that hotel that's connected, that has the pit in it and everything. Um, the way I was told is it's almost the same price as most hotels outside of town, but they charge you $40 a day to park as a fee thing. So if you can find somewhere to park or fly in and just get dropped off, you're fine. The hotel rates were about the same, and we were paying. Now our hotel room was like $480. Now that was minus tax and deposit. So Barb and I threw in 300, and then I guess one of the other two that we were with. Now I know Derek uses Dad's card for the deposit. So they threw in like 100 and something between the two of them, and that was the hotel. Yeah, I wouldn't even mind trying Texas, but that's quite the haul for me. I'd have to be plane ticket type thing with me to do that. And to be honest, my flying days are about over. And the reason I say that is between the military and my civilian early life, I flew a lot. And I mean a lot. And I've never had a really super, super bad experience in flying. And I want to keep it that way. Not saying my luck is running out or anything, but yeah, if at all possible, I will not fly. Lance Foley, what's up, sir? You're watching the Rolf Robertson News Hour. And it's probably been, it's still under an hour. I'm going to try to Texas. Was in the hospital for oh, no way. That sucks. Yeah, Atlanta's the beast, man. I mean, I've seen everybody's pictures from Texas. I've seen everybody's pictures from Blade Show West and videos and all that good stuff. Atlanta, yeah, it's a must, a one-time must. You know, it was funny for years, like since like the early 70s, me and my old man would watch NASCAR. And we'd have to watch it on Wild World of Sports because that was the only people that carried it back then. And you would get 20 minutes of the race, 20 minutes of bobsledding, 20 minutes of downhill freestyle ice skating dancing or some bullshit. And then back to the race. And this went on till like the late 70s, early 80s before they actually picked up and started showing the whole NASCAR race. Or unless you were local. Local TV carried it back then. And, you know, I always wanted to go to a race. And I went to a race. And then never went back again and never gave two shits about NASCAR. After all them years, me and Barbie finally got to go to a race, and it was in Charlotte. And we're going to live 30 miles away from Charlotte from where I'm living right now. And anyway, it was in 2009, 9-ish, we went. And yeah, after that, I saw the politics and saw the way it was run and listened to some of the bullshit I listened to while I was there for 3 days. Yeah. Came home, packed up all the NASCAR cars, Hot Wheels, decorative cars, T-shirts, you name it, all the paraphernalia. Threw it in a box, gave it away, or trashed it. Never looked back. That wasn't stock car racing. They ruined it. And then, of course, after that, of course, all the controversy with people's having weird pull ropes on their garage doors, and 27 FBI agents had to investigate it and dumb shit like that. Yeah. that just pushed me farther and farther and farther. I could even care less who won. I don't want to read that. What we got going on here? Thank you very much, Dan. I defer. Would love to come and hang out with you, sir. We would have a blast. Hell yeah. What's Dan Stan doing? Throwing a party together for Texas? Never flown? Don't want to. It's not. It's comfortable. I mean, I've flown in some shitty ass weather too. I mean, full blown snowstorms. And the only thing we did, we landed kind of sideways and kind of skidded sideways for a little while. But I mean, he straightened it right out with the engines and down the runway we went. But that was probably the closest thing I ever came to a wreck. Now in the military, I mean, you get in them damn things. You got shit leaking all over the place. Hydraulic leaks. We were in a Chinook one time going from Fort Hunter Liggett to Camp Pendleton. And one of the main hydraulic lines that went from the front to the back across the ceiling to the back motor was dripping pretty good in the middle of the aircraft. And I'm waving and waving over to the crew chief. I'm like, hey. He finally looks over. He's just sitting out looking out the big door. Everything we're flying by. And so he's like, what? And I says, come here. What's going on? I said, look above you. Look on the ground. Look on the floor. Big old puddle of hydraulic fluid. And he's like, oh, okay. Gives me a thumbs up. Walks over to this little red toolbox. I ain't bullshitting you one bit. Little red toolbox. I mean, it's like something you buy at Harbor Freight. Had like a big top drawer and one slide out drawer. He reaches in there, pulls the top tray out, reaches down the bottom, pulls out a roll of green duct tape, walks over and puts duct tape around it, walks back, puts his arm back up on the door and just keeps watching. I'm like, okay, I hope. You don't want hydraulic fluid leaking like that. That could go to the damn pitch of the rotors or anything. I don't know. Let me catch up on your chats. But YouTuber, I think okay, that's the one I read. I'm going to try to Texas in my wheelchair. You got one of them too, huh? They gave me one of them 4 years ago now. I refuse to get in it. I mean, you guys see me on my videos popping up, down, walking around and shit on our lives. You got to see me after. Oh, I'm a crippled bastard. Oh, anywhere I go, my cane goes with me. Well, after the stroke, they told me I had to use a cane anyway. And I says, why? They said, well, because your left side's going to be weaker than your right side, and your right side's already trashed. I'm like, oh, good afternoon, Sergeant Maximus. How are you, sir? Hey, we're just talking about you a few minutes ago, me and Barbie, about how we're going to do some things. But yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, after this live, could you give me a call, Sarge? Hopefully we have better reception than last time. But yeah, I got a couple questions for you on that one we're going to take apart. I hope it works, because if it does, we'll just send every damn thing that way if you want me to. Or if you want to trade for fixed blades, however you want to do it. I got to get more fixed blades in. Half my problem is I don't have any really, the good fixed blades that I have are gifts or ones that I've personally bought for a reason. We have pretty much given away all my extras. So as we get more in, I will give you a better deal. Fair is fair. You know what I'm saying? I want to get you the best product you can get for your wins. You know, I know there's some stuff you can't have, but we can substitute it out with something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't check my emails as much as I should because I don't have them on my notifications because all the junk emails that come in, even though they've pretty much done away with all that. The only ones I get notifications on is like the phone number conversations we were doing. Now, if you need to get a hold of me like right now, that's the one to use because I probably won't see that. I usually don't check my emails till I go to bed. And sometimes I don't even do that, like last night. Whenever you're ready, Mick. I ain't going anywhere. So you liking that Texas Dan stand? Yeah, we all came in about the same time. Dan and Mick. Barbie came in about the same time Mick did. She really wasn't too much into the whole YouTube thing at first. Seen a few channels come and go, haven't we? That's what kind of gets me. You know, we were doing what you guys are doing right now for like 2 years before we even decided to do a channel. And then it was just a bullshit thing we were going to do anyway. And yeah, Lance, it's a good community, man. There's a lot of good people. There's a few shitheads too, but there's a lot of good people. Yeah, some people have, there's a few people in the community that have their power tripping. But other than that, pretty damn good community. Best one I ever run into, and I've been in a few, between the music, the guitar community, tactical community, gun community, survival community, military community. Now, the military community is cool, but that's kind of a private thing. That's for military people only. So we actually talk too much shit. An actual non-military person to come into one of them conversations would not know what the fuck was going on anyway. Unless you experienced the military, you just wouldn't understand. There's so many mental compressions that you bring back from the military that only military people understand. It's weird. And the fishing community. But you know, this is the only one I've actually been in that I could actually say, okay, I'm going to stay here a while. Because it is so kickback and the people are really good to each other. It surprised me a lot. It really did. I actually thought it was phony because of how grateful and gracious it was in the beginning. Perfect strangers jumping out of nowhere trying to give you, $150, $200 knives for nothing. That's kind of unheard of. Yeah. So I was a little scared, what do I owe you? See that shit in other communities. That's for sure. I have everything I need. Oh, that's what I was getting at, was doing the channels. What gets me is some of the new guys that come in and just jump right into a channel. It usually doesn't work out too well. They try to hurry shit. One thing I'll give you advice on right now with the channel, don't try to hurry. Don't try to hurry nothing. Just do it. Do it at your own pace. As you go along, you will learn. And as you think you know what YouTube's doing, they will change it on you and make it totally different. So you got to learn all over again. But yeah. Hey, brand new American. What's up, brother? How you doing today, sir? But yeah, usually the guys that jump in this and then jump right on a channel usually don't hang out too long. Or they do it for cynical reasons of trying to get free stuff because they think when they get a channel, they're going to get automatically companies just sending them cases and cases of knives and stuff. And that does not happen.
You gotta work for it.
To this date, even with Barbie having 2,000 subscribers on her channel, we have not once, one time by accident, we were contacted by a company to do a knife. And it wasn't even to do the knife, it was to get the knife for free. They didn't even want us to show the knife. They thought we were just some random people that like knives, hit us up on Instagram and said, hey, if you buy this knife and leave us a review, we'll pay you for it. Which is kind of sketchy to start with, in my book. So I was like, all right, but hey, I got a YouTube channel. You want me to show the knife? Oh, you have a, oh, well, okay. So see, it wasn't on purpose. And of course, they ended up giving us 3 of the knives to give away, so it worked out all right. I actually paid for mine because I wasn't going to leave a review that was paid for. That wasn't happening with me. I'm sorry. And if any other company's listening right now, it's not going to happen. We have no codes, no 10% off any company. We're not going to shell for any company. Any knife that comes across our table, we will tell you exactly what the hell we think about it. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, make a better knife. And I think in my experience in making knives, using knives in combat, and so on, entitles me to make such judgments. So the only thing I had to learn was all the different steels, because that was a trip. I was not aware there was such a steel explosion between 2010 and 2020. I've gotten 2 free knives for doing reviews, which I thought was cool, but I wasn't expecting anything like that. I gave honest review on all my stuff too. Yeah, you have to. You have to. I mean, to really play the game correctly, you got to do it right. You know, and will there be a day? Maybe. We're talking to a company right now that I solicited it because I was kind of really impressed with what I got for the price I got. So I contacted them, and I forgot to write them back last night. See, Mick, this is my problem. Barb, remind me to write them people back today. Yeah, I'm sure they're waiting. We've been in pretty heavy discussion about testing their products. And I gave them a few different scenarios on how I could do it. You can either get a plain review. And what I set up with them was anything they sent to the channel is going to go into the newly formed pass around box that will be in Sergeant Max's name because he kicked it off. We'll just put it this way, it was his idea. So we're calling it the Mad Sergeant Max pass around box. So anyway, not really, just be Mad Max's box. Yeah, I want to start that in about 2 weeks from now. I've already got 3 or 4 people that hit me up by email. One thing is, I got to know you. You have to have a channel at least for last year. I like to keep it under 5,000 subscribers for new guys. So if you're a new channel, got, at least 500 subscribers, been around about a year, I can get you in on this pass around box. It's going to be a little bit of everything, a little bit of high dollar, a little bit of medium, a little bit of low dollar. It'll all be newer stuff. So I'm thinking about probably 6 knives in the box. Opinions on my EDC, dang autocorrect. I agree. I just give my opinion on my education and no specs. There's so many channels with that info already. Yeah, and I do my reviews a little different. We walk through the review, pretty much go over a little nick and cranny, and then I'll hand it off to Barbie and see what she thinks. How it fits her hand on a woman's aspect. Now, some of you may have noticed we're doing our long form videos different. She's involved now instead of me just doing them. She was doing the shorts and lives, and then I was doing the long form. Well, now she's going to be involved too. And eventually I'll be kind of stepping back as it goes along to where she can finally one day take the reins herself. I mean, I'll always be there somewhere, but you know what I'm saying. I'm looking at it as a marketable entity. And there's already too many stupid idiots like me doing this. You know, we need something different. And that's kind of what happened with Barbie. Was at the time there was no women really doing weekly EDC. So I and a couple other YouTubers kind of told her, hey, you know, you should do this. And one YouTuber really talked her into it. So, and it wasn't me. So that's how that happened. And now we have a few women that you can see their videos. We got Mo Patty now. We've got Kelly now. Kelly and Mo Patty, they all started after that happened. Who else is in there? We got MPG, but she's kind of in and out because of the baby thing now. She was always around, though. She was there before us. I'm trying to think who else that actually does a weekly, you know, like we do. You do a live every week. You do 3-4 videos a week. By the way, we got a video coming out tonight, guys. It'll be the last video with me doing the long form. And the only reason I'm putting it up today is because I already pre-recorded it last week. So we're going to use that for today's video. And it's going to be on the, I think it's on the Benchmade things, if I remember right. Yeah, a couple of Benchmades. Yeah, and that's, I went and got a laptop. Seemed to be more problem than it was worth. I got to find somebody that knows how to do laptops. I can work one. I don't know what's up with this one. Whoever wiped it out didn't wipe it out right. They left a bunch of gaming shit in it. Apparently they used it for gaming, online gaming, because this laptop that I bought is a streaming laptop built for streaming. So I figured that would be the way to go. And then when I got it here, it was so gummed up with shit that it wouldn't do anything. It was so slow. So I had somebody dump it for me because I couldn't find a damn factory button or anything on it to set it back to factory specs. They got it halfway going and got rid of a lot of shit. But now I need a new program. The one that's in it now is not up to date, and it needs all kinds of I just need somebody to sit down with it and put it the way I need it, and then I can take it from there. But yeah, one day. You really do need a laptop to do this shit too. You can do all this by phone. That's not a problem. But when you want to start getting into the little nitty gritty things like doing editings and adding things and stuff and being able to do more, even in your lives and stuff like that, you really need a laptop. Oh, and I need a camera now too, because obviously the one that's in it doesn't work, or they disabled it because I've got studio programmed into it and both my cameras are always black. So I've tried every button, switch, tab in that damn computer to get my camera to work, and I can't get it to work. So need a FPV camera. Yeah. That's my next venture. Yeah, I've got a lot of things for the laptop to get it to do what it's supposed to do once it does that. I got my extended storage, and I don't film or document shit. I never even take before and after photos at work. I always forget. Yeah, I do that too. Especially like that job I did across the street last summer, rebuilding all them decks and everything for that lady. I was going to do it before and after. I got the after ones. Never did get the before ones. I should do that shit. But then again, I don't really want to, put my work out there because I really don't want to do it right now. Enough people know what I do on the side, and I just keep that at bay. That's plenty enough. I like you, TKL warranty, Ralph. These one? They got these for $50 right now. The way it sits. It comes with a sharpened blade too. $50, $20 for the scales, another 10 for the hardware. Go to their Whatnot. If you go to their Whatnot, they have a store. Click on their store. And they still have a bunch of these. And these were 100 and they've lowered them down to 95. Now they're 250 originally. And these are made in Vietnam, by the way. Not China. Vietnam. So I guess it would be their first and only product made out of house. Out of the United States anyway. But this is a CW folder. The one he made for his wife. Mission 01. Blade 92 of 250 in tan. I wish they'd have made an OD green one. I went off on him about it a couple weeks ago on his live. The last time they were live anyway. Bastards get me up every morning. It's Sunday morning, and you're getting me out of bed, and then to write 32 minutes earlier, we're not going live today. We're talking. Piss me off, damn it. Yeah, I always get the after photo. I hear you. And I always put it in my head, too. I got to get a before shot. I got to get a before shot. I never do. I get talking to the people or some shit and just start going to work. Next thing you know, the next time I think about it, it's half done. I'm like, screw it. Yeah, if made here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're 250 now for the ones that aren't blems. Which the blems to them is like, this didn't come out right, or this ain't bright enough. Like, that's all that's wrong with this one. Right here is the stampings. I mean, you get them in the right light, they work. Except for this ad. It's there somewhere. It's right there if you can see it. Says, what does it say? Made in USA is the bottom word. And the top, oh, ADCRB too. That's a steal. ADCRB. Oh, I knew that already. But yeah, I mean, other than that, no blame. There's the grind plunges. All set. Better than paying $300. This old boy, this is what got me though. I like the way this lock is. You know, I'd figured when I first got out of the package it was going to be sloppy as hell. But it ratchets. It's got like 7 different stops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 clicks is what it takes to get it all the way back there. Yeah, I got a hell of a deal on this. Well, Amanda did. Or Amanda. I keep calling her Amanda for some reason. And it just started happening, too. It's kind of weird. Miranda. Yeah. Got a hell of a deal on this. For the age. It's either 97, 98, or 99. But after that, they used 154 steel. Regular American 154. Because this is a Japanese 154, as it states right there. ATS-34. Even my expensive shit has scratches and scars. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't collect. Barbie doesn't really. Well, Barbie has a few collector knives, but they're on racks, hanging, displayed. I don't collect shit. Never have. Not really anything. I've never really got into collecting anything. Not even baseball cards as a kid, nothing. I have, as you noticed, what's sitting in front of you here is all either OD green or black. So you already know where I'm going with that. So I like to keep tactical shit. The knives I have extra right now will be kept for either down the road giveies or down the road trading if need be. Sometimes somebody's looking for something. But yeah, I don't. Once all my positions are full, as long as I got a nice fixie for my chest rig, a nice fixie for my urban chest rig, a knife for every bug out bag that I have, and then one for my side. I don't need the rest of them except for trade. Speaking of trade, guys, these are getting more popular by the day. And also the prices are going up pretty much every day. But just another push on this product. It is real. States are actually coming out with their own versions. When shit hits the fan, this is what you're going to use. This is a half a gold back. It's worth about $8 now. When it was first purchased, it was $6. As gold goes up, they go up. And they have $20 ones, they have $10 ones, they have $1 ones, $5 ones. And of course, the more you pay, the more it's worth. And this is real gold in a bill form. And that can be easily melted into any way they want to melt it. There are stores right now in the United States, goldbacks, taking these as currency. So I would suggest if you have some extra money laying around, just get you a stack of them. Because that's kind of what I was doing with the knives. Saving them for a rainy day. Like, when shit hits the fan, it's going to hit the fan. I mean, it's going to be bad. Not only are we going to have to worry about the country if, say, it takes that scenario, that there will be somebody trying to take us out, but then you're going to have all the hood rats, all the gangs, all this, all them people, all those people trying to take everything you got too, because you know damn well they didn't spend $1 getting ready. So they're going to need things. And if you have extra things, it becomes things you need. So I like to do trading. What we got? 517, 13 of us. Oh my God, a record. Make sure you got some. Yeah, make sure you got ammo. Oh yeah, and they're trying to figure out a way so hard to make that harder to even get. Jesus Christ, some of the shit I've seen lately pop up on videos. Oh, this state's doing this and that state's doing this. And damn, man. What's a good question? Can knives or gear purchased for using in the channel be written out? Yeah, yeah, they can be written out. I save all my shipping receipts because eventually, you know, tax time will come around, and being that, well, we ain't made $1 yet, but there's $700 sitting in YouTube, but we can't touch it. Not that their bullshit game's over with. And then hopefully they said also that if our channel isn't reinstated for monetization at the end of the next month, we may not be also to get paid for prior monies that were sent to the channel. So what they're basically telling me is they're going to keep all the fucking money. And that's bullshit if they do that. There are federal laws stating you cannot not pay someone for a job already completed. You know, it's like going to work and your boss saying, oh, I'm not going to pay this week because you were a dick. They can't do that. I know. Somebody tried that shit with me once and I won. So, yeah, they're getting, the problem with YouTube right now is they put in a new policy last November to go into effect this January. And I'm going to state it again since there's a few new people in here. It basically reads this. And what's fucked up about it is it's not under one of their policy deal things, so to say. It's more of a upgrade to a policy that they already have written. But anyway, to get to the meat of it, they want more production value type people on YouTube. And what I'm saying by that is they want you to have fancy camera equipment, paying for all these little things you have to pay for to do special things with said cameras. They want basically shit that people will actually pay for to watch. They're what they're trying to do is lean towards a pay-per-view platform down the road. So they want like reality show type shit is what they want on their YouTube now. So my thing was, okay, well, I'm fine, but why don't you then say, okay, if you want to take YouTube to the next level, that's your business to send you to do whatever. You want to be some kind of thing, a prime thing is what they're, Netflix, Prime was mentioned, is where they're going. If you're going to do that, then how about a YouTube 2 or something to where just small creators can get on here, do what we do, and leave us the hell alone. And you go play Hollywood with your other channel. Because that's what they're trying to do. And that's why they demonetized us. We were one of the lucky ones. We just got dismonetized. When I went over and talked to them on X, which is fucking retarded, you got to go to X to talk to YouTube. But anyway, that's where you go. There were people on there who lost their channel completely. And they had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I mean, they just took their channel, money, everything. And they were over there screaming and hollering, what did I do? What did I do? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, you're using too much AI and you're not doing manually production work on your videos. And that's what they told us, that Barbie's shorts were too repetitive and that there was no educational value in it. And she could be using an AI template, which that's bullshit because we don't even use AI. I had her experiment with it a couple times for thumbnails. So she used it on a short to where the knives were dancing, which were our knives. But it pissed them off and they took our money and then they gave us a chance to do a video and send it to them after we figured out how to send it to them because they lied about that. The spot we went to put the video in wouldn't accept the video. We had to do it a different way. Being that we don't do editing, like say we're just doing a live, like I'm doing right now. Okay, this is pretty much how our videos were, our long form videos and her short form videos. Except her short form had music. Yeah, they wanted more. They literally came back and said, well, we want more higher value production work than what you're doing. So that's something to think about too for all you new people that are starting to think about a channel. You need to start thinking about that. Because YouTube, hold on a minute, guys. Come on, come on, Frank. I got all day. Come on, let's go. Move it. Sure. But yeah, if they get any more aggressive than they are now, because they've already nailed about a couple 100,000 of us for this low-level production shit we're doing. A lot of channels are going to start disappearing here within the year anyway. So you better bring your A game when it comes to YouTube, especially if you're a new channel, because they want Chrisville, what's up, sir? How you doing? Bet it's hot as hell down yonder, ain't it? Yeah, that's why I'm just doing it for fun. Yeah, see, that's something me and Barb talked about too. If we go back and get monetized again, that gives them the right to pull our channel if we do something they don't like again. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'd surely like to get the money that was already paid, though. That pisses me off because we had plans for that money and I had to pull all that money out of my pocket to do what I had to do with it. And I wasn't happy. So, but I got it. I just had to wait a little longer because our 2,000 subscriber giveaway is coming up. It was supposed to be yesterday, but due to them holding the money, and which was going back to the channel anyway. And like somebody asked about, stuff I was like giving away for the channel and everything. Oh yeah, all them receipts are going definitely into a write-off of some kind. They're going to charge me taxes. I'm going to do everything I can to not pay them. Especially in situation, and that's something else too I got to figure out too. Me and her both are disabled. 2 different reasons. I don't know if we ever told y'all, but there's a reason why I help Barb out on the videos and everything that I do. Back in 2004, I'm thinking, 5, we were at a New Year's Eve party. Or no, it wasn't a New Year's Eve party. I'm sorry. It was a regular Saturday party. Anyway, and we come home about 1 o'clock in the night from my buddy's house down the road, and I was already in bed. Next thing I heard was a loud scream. Whole house shook. I jumped out of bed. Damn Barb just rearranged the bedroom that morning. So I'm trying to put her pants on because her dresser's now where mine used to be. And I'm tripping all over the place, half drunk. So I finally get out of the damn bedroom and notice like my kitchen is sparking and doing weird shit. And I'm like, what? And I open the front door to my house and here's my car on my front porch. I'm like, how the hell what's going on? And I hear her screaming. I finally look over to Barb. What's wrong with you? She's laying on the floor with tables and chairs and all kinds of cookware on top of her. And then I hear this loud metal music playing. So I run outside, jump over my car, and here's this dude's Ford Ranger upside down with the back end of it in my kitchen. And he dead. So I turn his car off. About this time, some people were walking up the road. We lived way out in the country at the time. And anyway, to make a long story short, he come up our driveway at 80 miles an hour, passed out drunk, hit the back of my Ford Taurus, launched my Ford Taurus onto the porch about 100 feet away from where it was parked, went up in the air, and then came through the top of the kitchen and into it at the same time. So that forced everything in the kitchen onto Barbie in the corner. So from that day on, she has had head trauma and back and neck problems ever since, and her memory and things like that are gone. So to sit down here and tell her what knife is what steel it has, what plastic it's made out of, what metal it's made out of, and then for her to turn around right around and say it to you is totally fucking impossible. This is why I'm here. So for those of you that didn't know, this is why she stumbles through things when she speaks. Yeah, and you know what pissed me off the most? The guy that did it was a deputy sheriff, and him and his buddies were out celebrating their marijuana bust that they had in the newspaper the day before of 3 deputy sheriffs walking through the woods surrounding these little male plants that they found about 5 foot tall and thinking it's a big deal. And anyway, they were out drinking, and one buddy was at a different bar, which was up past my house, and he tried to make it there before last call and decided to pass out behind the wheel at 80 miles an hour and up my driveway. All right, guys, come on. Let's go. Let's get it over with. Pete, you want out? You coming out, girl? Come on. Let's go. Oh, YouTube was going to yell at me. Production failure. Good. Go home. But yeah, I don't think we've ever told the story before, but this is why I help her out as much as I do. I'm disabled too and trying to get SSDI. Yeah, well, I hope you have better luck than I did, because I had 17 freaking doctors saying, you're done. And especially after the stroke. And they lost my shit. They literally lost my paperwork, man. 3 years. 3 years I waited. And they halfway through it, I got a letter from Charlotte saying they're moving my case to Charleston, South Carolina, because of whatever reason. And I called them right up and I says, you going to make sure all my paper? Oh yeah, it's already there's nothing we can do. It's already in the system. They'll have all your paperwork. Come on, dog. Leave me alone. Come on now. Y'all doing this shit on purpose. And I was like, okay, you promised me. Yep, don't worry. Your medical record, because I sent all my medical records. My doctors sent all my medical records to them in mega copies. And got to court. First thing out of the judge's mouth. I don't know what to do here today. And I'm like, okay, why? What's up? Well, I have no medical records for you. I lost my shit right there. I lost my shit hard. I was like, dude, I don't have another 3 years to waste. I'm broke now. I've used all my retirement, all my extra fundings that I had in shit. 401s, my freaking, what's the duck thing? I had shit money in that too. So I was like, what now? Oh, you have to refile. I'm like, what? But if you refile before November, the 3 years you've already waited will go towards that. All right, whatever. Went, filled out the papers, brought them right back to Social Security. 3 years go by again. I get to court. Oh, no problem then. Shit, I didn't have to be there. Oh, yeah, you're done. Yeah, you've been done. We're going to go back to July, blah, blah, blah. So, what about the first 3 years? What do you mean the first 3 years? You did this before? I'm like, yeah. I filed the paperwork for the first 3 years to go concurrent, or not concurrent, the other one, with this 3 years. So now 6 years into this shit. Oh, we have no paperwork on that. We never received your notification, your thing. I'm like, you sons of bitches. I told that lady right when I handed it to her, it had to be filed before that date. And either they didn't file or they threw it in the garbage. So anyway, they only went back 3 years. Here's something you need to know, which they won't tell you, and your fucking lawyer won't tell you either, because then they don't get that much money either. When they set you a date to start paying you, they won't pay you for 6 months. The first 6 months of your disability is for free. You do not get paid. I was not aware of that till after I agreed and signed the papers. So make sure you look at all the cracks and crevices before you sign anything. Because he went back 3 years. Now I get automatically paid for 2.5. And lose the first fucking 3 years that I was fighting the same dumb shit. So, yeah, they'll suck the blood right out of you, man. Or you can do it this way. You can go to Mexico, become a resident, sneak the fuck back in and get everything for free the rest of your life. Take your pick. At least when the Democrats come back around again. Yeah, they don't pay you for 6 months on SDI, which I was not aware of. Yeah, we got outside the courtroom, or the little court hearing thing and everything, and she looks at me and she says, oh, by the way, you know, you don't get the first 6 months. I'm like, what? Yeah, they don't pay you for the first 6 months, so you're only going to get 2.5 years back pay. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that in there? I would have not agreed to his date then. We'd have went 6 months back. Because he asked me if it was okay. I had the goddamn option. Of course, they walk away with their $20,000 or whatever the hell they got from me. They don't give a shit. Do you have it now, though, Ro? Oh, yeah, I'm full disabled, done. Poke me with a fork type shit. Oh, well, they still owe me money. They still shorted me on the 2.5 years. They still owe me $7,000. I sent them a letter. Lawyer sent them a letter. It was right before COVID, of course. And my case is all now transferred to California because that's where I was born. And guess what happened there? Not only did I lose my paperwork, the building that my paperwork sit in no longer exists. Fuck it. I just said fuck it. So they got me for 6 months and $7,000. So, yeah. Poke me with a fork. I'm done. Yeah, I don't do much. I can do what I have to do. But it really sucks because I was a real active person. Really active. But the heart attack hit first, then the lungs, then the stroke. Now the other problem I have, now I got blood clots, or not blood clots, but some kind of clotting in my lower extremities. So I got to go get that fixed now. And from what I gather, I've got that hardening of the arteries disease to where you ain't got much of a choice, where your shit's just going to close up on you one day and that's it. Holy shit. So who the hell left you out the coffin? What's up, Caleb? I guess you just got to stick on long enough for you to pop on, huh? What's up, little dude? How you been, man? And no, I still haven't got them damn things yet. Damn it, man. I was really wanting to sit down with the boys, put some of them together. If you get around to it, man, think about it. Figure out where they're going. That's what I'd want to know. Well, somebody's getting them because I sure the hell ain't getting them. Miranda, what's up? Where'd you sneak in at? Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, we're doing good. Just telling stories. Yeah, talking like gentlemen. Why is that on there? Get off of there. ED chat. There we go. Hope all is well today, Miranda. Hope you're doing fine. Hope the trucking business isn't too much on your head. Of course, it is Monday. Mondays always suck truck driving, especially if you're home for the weekend because you're trying to get your mind back on the road and everybody's got screwed up shit going on because your dispatcher got you a load, but then something happened to the load and now the load moved and weird shit happens. I know I did that for, 1991 to 2004. I drove truck. All kinds too, from in the woods, wood chippers to oversized, overweight shit out of New York City. We hauled a bunch of shit out of New York and Boston back in the late 90s, early 2000s. A lot of companies were moving to Texas and we hauled their shit down there for them. Them big silver holding tanks they use for the little pellets of plastic for plastic plants. Those big silos, we hauled them down there for Bear Aspirin and a couple other companies. But yeah, truck driving was cool. But once it got computerized, I lost all interest. When they started driving the truck, that's when I got out. I went back local, hauling chips again, some bullshit like that until we moved here. Yeah, trucking was a blast back before all the electronic bullshit happened. I was only a driver's helper, but it was fun. Yeah. I mean, if you're a military person, just coming out of the military like I was, that's a good job. If you don't have a family, I do not put this on anybody that has a family because more than likely you're not going to have one within the first year. But when you get right out of the military and you're kind of lost because of what we do in the military, truck driving is a lot like the military. You get your orders, you complete your orders, you go get new orders. And you're by yourself. You ain't got nobody dogging you down your neck. Kind of go, not so much now, but back in my day, if you wanted to go somewhere, say there was a rock festival in Portland, Oregon, 2 weeks from now. I call my dispatcher up, say, hey, I need to be in Portland, Oregon in 2 weeks for my weekend off. All right, we'll get you a load there. Boom, there's your free ride. And a lot of times I just drop the trailer pull up to wherever I was wanting to be for that weekend, lock her down, and I'd sleep right in the truck. There's my hotel, you know? So that's the way shit used to be. That was kind of an underwritten incentive they gave truck drivers to be a truck driver because it really wasn't really good pay like they think it is, especially back then. But you could make a living. So it was kind of an underwritten thing they give you. You know, if you got to be somewhere to visit family or bullshit like somebody ain't seen in 20 years, or if you want to move. I've done that before. I moved from Pennsylvania to Charleston and used an 18-wheeler to do it. Because I only had half a load anyway. So I put all my shit in the trailer and they said, yeah, we don't care. I'm too unreliable to hire. I have too many chronic illnesses. I hear you there. Well, that's something with me too. I've had a lot of people wanting to give me full-time jobs, but they were all physical. And I told them, I said, yeah, it'll work good for a day or two. I said, then I got to take a week off because I can't walk or some bullshit. I mean, one day I might be able to find wait a minute, I did. I'm doing it right now. But anyway, guys, what's going on in the chat? Let's see here. I miss working out. Never hold a job. Don't have the physical ability. I totally understand that. My grandma says the same thing, Ralph. And you guys, you're the same company, but she missed it. Drove for the same company. Wow. Okay. And you know what sucked about the companies I was with, though? Every good company I ended up getting with ended up selling out because the bigger trucking company down the road wanted their contracts. And that's all they wanted. They didn't want the drivers. They didn't want the trucks. They wanted the freaking contracts. If I could just get rid of the mustard. Yeah. I mean, truck driving's okay. I could still truck drive if. Yeah, be safe, girl. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. If I didn't have to do any of the hard stuff, which isn't hard if you're mobile, but I can't, there's no way I could tarp a load, so flatbed's out. There's no way I can unload pallets and pallets and pallets, so a dry van's out. Now, if I could find a dedicated drop and hook, yeah, I could probably do that. But there's not such a thing unless you've already been with the company for 10 years and you're already getting ready to retire or something. That's the shit they give to them guys because they deserve it. So my problem is just mobility and breathing. I can't be around anything that irritates I only got 1.5 lungs. I had a real bad spot with pneumonia a few years back and actually about fucking died. I knew it was pneumonia. I was treating myself for pneumonia. The only problem is it went farther than pneumonia. It went to the actual fluidly infection and went outside the lung and was heading towards my heart. They said if I'd have waited another 72 hours, I would have never made it. So, yeah, I ended up in the hospital. My whole bottom right of my lung basically looks like a cauliflower ear. It shrunk way up and went into like this big pus ball and then dried up and stayed there. So, any irritants, chemicals, even when she's doing fucking nail polish, the smell of the nail polish will run me the hell out the house. Yeah, I understand that too. I got some heart problems as well. But that's what happens when you're old dudes like me and I was a yes, sir, man, all my life. You know, um, can you do it? Can it be done? Yeah, it can be done. Watch. Look where it got me. Just checking out your chat. Yeah, seizure's another bad thing. They won't get. I'm not even supposed to be driving a car right now. So driving a truck would definitely be out of the question. I forgot about that. I have cough syncope, which if anybody knows what that is, it's like a seizure. Here, I'll give you the best example. Y'all have seen Black Hawk Down, correct? The movie Black Hawk Down. Okay, there's a lieutenant in there, and they were having a briefing, and he started coughing, and then he fell on the floor and went into a seizure. That's me. That's cough syncope. It's a type of seizure. It's triggered by some kind of reaction to something. You get this little itchy feeling like somebody's poking you with a hot iron in the back of your throat. You start coughing, and next thing you know, somebody's waking you up. Yeah, I was having problems with that before. Now, this is while I was still working. I didn't know what it was. And it started getting worse. Instead of happening once, twice a year, it was happening like weekly. And I went to this heart doctor, and he did this weird test to me, and he says, okay, take a deep breath. I took a deep breath. I started coughing, and he had to catch me before I hit the floor. He says, yep, that's what I thought. And when you come to, you don't just come to like you waking up in the morning. Oh, no, you're shaking. You're in a full seizure. You're like, you can't get control of your body. Your eyes are open, but you can't. It slowly comes back. And then after about a minute, minute and a half, after you open your eyes, it's slowly you get your motor skills back. So it's fucked up. It's weird. Oh, that's plenty. Lance, I'll tell you that. Damn, man. Scallop boat. Oh, shit. Hold on. What did I do? Well, first of all, I guess I better give myself a like. Hey, Lance, that sucks, bud. Oh, scallop boat. Okay. 3/4 share. Wow. Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, I never realized it until the shows all come out. How difficult some of them jobs really are, like crab fishing and shit like lobster fishing, whatever. I mean, not so much lobster, I don't think. But once the northern gales start in the Atlantic, I know that's a rough ass place. A lot of ships have went down the North Atlantic. All right, puppy dog. If you quit drinking so damn fast, you wouldn't choke. Neuropathy sucks. Yep. Yeah, I got spinal stenosis. Both hips are gone. They're all full of arthritis. Both knees, the airbags are shot. 4 vertebrae in my neck are destroyed. 7 in my lower back. And then, of course, all the other shit I mentioned. And the cough syncope. Yeah, actually, the only reason I have a driver's license right now is because my lung doctor didn't send it to the DMV. He took me on my word I wouldn't drive. I forgot about that. So, yeah. It's the first thing he always said to me when I walked into his office, too. You drive here? So, no. Which I did. I just don't drive by myself. Because Barb's had to grab the wheel a couple times. Last time I was on a scout boat, 2011, it was like 27K for the trip, but the maximum weight, sometimes stood out like 15 to 7 days. Yeah. I heard a guy one time tell me he was on his way to Alaska, or maybe it was Portland, to get on a crab boat to work one season so he could buy a Harley. Never seen him again after that, so I don't know what happened. But he actually got the job. He had to report to Portland at a certain time. I think it was Portland or Washington. It was one of them states up there. But they were heading off to Alaska to go crab fishing, and it wasn't a boat I heard of. It wasn't on TV or anything. So, but that's how he got the idea. And then he applied, and I said, well, I knew of him. I didn't know him well as far as work ethics. He was like a friend of a friend type of thing. So I hope he made it though, because that shit, first thing you got to overcome is the sea. Some people it doesn't bother at all, like me. I've been on little boats, big water, little water. It don't matter. It doesn't bother me. Some people, as soon as they step on the boat, they're ralphing all over the fucking place. I don't get it. I don't know. Some people. I had a triple schistamine and had 3 cataracts. Nope. Don't be going nowhere. I was trying to read that. My neck with a plate and a screw. Yeah, that's pretty much what Barb had done with hers. They wanted to do another surgery. We were like, no, she's fine. Just leave her alone. Because her first back surgery worked. Her neck surgery, not so well. I got seasick when I lose sight of land. Really? Wow. Now, I've heard about that horizon thing. Some people have a horizon problem. Can't live in fat. You're live. Yeah, I was live. What'd you do? Shut me off YouTube? I don't know. Did I glitch there for a second? Just had a thing come up over across my camera and says, you're live. I said, I've been live. 1:53. Yeah, we're going to shut this down at 6 o'clock. I think it's been a pretty decent live. We've chatted through enough. Since we only have a few minutes left, I'm going to go back into what I started before. We'll run through these real quick. For those of you who weren't here, we have the TKL CW in black with laser feather pattern, not Damascus. We have the TKL CW in plain brown, which this one is numbered. And we have the 02. About 100, I don't know, right around $100. You can have one of these. One of these blems. They have different models too. They have like an 04 or an 05 still. They got listed on their whatnot shop there. Now they're supposed to be also posting new blems on their TKL family thing. Now what that deal is, you go to their TKL website, for those of you that don't know, you pay $5 a month and you get first pick of blems when they come out, first pick of drops of the regular knives, stuff like that. All right, Neil, good to see you again, man. One of these days you're going to be a rich man with all that work you're doing. You take care and have a good evening, sir. But yeah, I mean, there's ways of getting around paying the big prices. Now, don't try to do it on whatnot, though, as far as a bid, because their knives actually go for more than they actually price for on their website. So like 100, well, yeah, right. We'll say a $250 knife on their website will go for like 380, 400 sometimes. I watched one go to 700 a couple weeks ago. $700 for a $300 knife. Okay. It's your money. It's good, road kind of mistake, big talk about the problem. The hell's knowing you're not alone. Yeah, people that understand you. Oh, yeah, definitely, Caleb. I still want to get tiny TCal. Yeah, I hear you. What?
This one, how much longer are you gonna be?
I'm going to be 5 more minutes.
Okay.
And then, of course, we got this. After tons and tons of flicking and work, it finally started to work. Don't go buy these for $200. No, every knife, every bug out I've had come across this table. This is number 3. Has had lockup issues. Has had this bullshit where they never get straight ever. That's because the plastic is warped. Or the blade. Who knows? Some of them may be the blade, like the Walmart knives. Yeah, I tried to straighten a Walmart knife for a month and then fucking found out the fucking blade was warped. It literally takes a turn. So I was like, all right. And then we got this gracious Father's Day gift from Miranda. I just love the way it's battle worn. It looks like it already went through a war. And the government still has an open contract on these to this day. So somebody's getting them knives. Special forces, something like that. And everybody was wondering what this is a Bear & Son Bear Ops, made in America. Just a little 5th pocket thing. They also have a bigger one that matches. This is a 6-inch, and then they have a 7 1/4, which I can get. It's right here. Oh, my legs. Here's the bigger one. And they also have, you can have this half serrated or not. And the same with this one, half serrated or not. These are like $69 for this one. I think these are like $49. But I got this one right here on a deal. $7 a piece, as many as you wanted until the sale was over. So, like I said, there's deals to be had on the old whatnot. It's just whether you want to get that involved with it. And I still want to get a talk. Okay, but there, Dan Stan, 100%. Neil McKenzie, I'm not an ass kisser. The only raise I get when the minimum wage goes up. Damn, brother, and all that work you're doing ain't recognized? Hell, I recognized. Because you're always at work. Does TCal have a neck knife? Now, not as respectfully called a neck knife, but he does wear that one around his neck. It's, well, let me get Barbie's. Where's your TCal, Barb? Now, the one he's wearing around his neck, it's kind of a bad example, but it's kind of like this style, but instead of having the extended handle and the extended grips, it only comes to here and has like a little short handle, and this is more of a sheep's foot. That's the one he was wearing for a neck knife. But it comes with more of this style blade, just with a sheep's foot. And Barbie. The sheaths for this, both of ours, were made by Kathy over at Burning Stables. So if anybody's looking for anything like that, check out Kathy. Chatty Kathy. So I hope that answered your question on a neck knife. They don't have one called a neck knife, but he does wear the smaller sheep foot as one. DP1, yeah, that could be. Let me back up just a wee. I wear a Kubi Bloom. Well, that's small enough though. I didn't realize that Bloom was as small as it was till I seen it at the Blade Show when you wore it. I thought it was a little bigger than that, but it's pretty small. What's not just too much time because of the notifications? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's with me too, Lance. I don't have a lot of notifications set because I don't really want the damn thing going off every 10 seconds. I miss a lot of shit too. Although I do have all the YouTube set to notify, and they never do. 40 hours, 5 days on the clock, 60 plus man hours. Damn, bro. That's a cool knife, Caleb. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, Sergeant. And Stan, I just put a crazy edge on it. I'll send a picture. Okay, that's for him. You going live tomorrow, Caleb? It's tiny. I usually don't like tiny knives. Yeah, it's a cool knife. Yeah, for even being that small. I always liked Aries' work. Okay, you two got that going on. Are you going live tomorrow, Caleb? Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, gentlemen, it's 6 o'clock. Church bells are going off. My dogs are looking at me like, all right, enough. So we shall end here today. Anybody have a last question or anything they need to throw in real quick? I'll give you an opportunity to ask away. You can ask anything. It don't matter. Don't have to be about knives. You're welcome, Dan. Anytime. I'm going to try to find a better time to do this to where it's not such a working problem with people that are at work. Somewhere down the road, but I want to keep it to 1 day a week unless something big happens. Now, if something big happens geopolitically, just kind of keep an eye on my, if I post something, it's going to be important. So if you see me posting something, go to it. And I'll call you. Okay. All right, guys. Nick, Dan, Caleb, Sergeant, Wyoming, everybody else that came in today. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good talk today. Good talk. Hope you all have a great evening. See you at Rob's. See you wherever. Talk to you on the phone later, whatever. Anyway, y'all have a great evening. Beautiful Tuesday, too, I hope. And like always, guys, peace.